Well, hello there, my silly little gooses. Welcome back to another edition of the Midweek Breakdown, presented by My Two Cents Podcast and hosted by G2. I am G2. I'd like to first start off by welcoming our first-time listeners and our returning listeners to this program. I would like to tell the first-time listeners what the Midweek Breakdown consists of. The Midweek Breakdown is when I, G2, talk to you guys about anything and everything in the world of the news. Certain episodes will be serious episodes. Certain episodes won't be so serious. Certain episodes I'll be covering a variety of different topics, while other episodes I'll be talking about one specific topic, which will be the theme of that episode. And always at the end of every Midweek Breakdown episode, I'll be playing you guys a song, which is titled Your Song of the Week, to end the episode off and send everybody about their way. And usually my time that I do this is around the 10, 15, 20 minute mark. I'm going to try to extend it to about 30 minutes because sometimes certain topics need a little bit more extra explanation or a little bit more explaining on my behalf and my opinion on it. But we'll wait and see. It'll go by case situation, but usually 10, 15, 20 minutes is usually the extended timing for this episode. But anyway, just wanted to say that because I've recently been starting to extend those episodes out, but I'm going to be working on that. Point being, that's what the Midweek Breakdown consists of. And today is going to be me talking about a variety of different topics, as you can tell in the episode description. So without further ado, let me jump right into it. First thing I want to talk about is the condolences. First condolence that we have to give to is ZZ Top drummer Frank Beard, who just passed away. He passed away at the age of 77. His publicist would confirm this to the Associated Press that Beard passed away at his ranch in Texas on Tuesday, surrounded by his family. He was receiving hospice care at the time. He was the drummer for ZZ Top for 56 years, replacing Dan Mitchell. Billy Gibson would put out a post on Facebook saying, "Today, Elwood and I lost a great friend and collaborator, and the world lost one of the most naturally innovative drummers and a great and true son of Texas. His signature backbeat was key to keeping ZZ on top. The band of which he was part of for 6 decades is going to keep on keeping on as he had wished." So that is what Billy Gibson will put out on Facebook. So rest in peace to Frank Beard. It was said that earlier this month he was experiencing health issues, so they don't really go into details on what that was. I'm pretty sure the family knows all about it, but again, rest in peace to Frank Beard. Love and condolences to his family and also to the band members of ZZ Top. And so that's the first condolences that I do have to get out the way. The next condolence happened on Sunday. Actress Hayden Panettiere, she passed away at the age of 36, and it was said that she passed away at her home in Greenville, South Carolina. At the time, and still technically right now, no one knows what she technically passed away from. I mean, in the police report, it was said that she went into cardiac arrest and passed away on Sunday. The police report was obtained by NBC News, and in the heavily redacted report, the Greenville Police Department would say that Hayden's on-again, off-again partner, Brian Hickerson, and his brother, Zach Hickerson, were at the scene inside the apartment complex. The responding officer, identified in the report as Matthew Bryan, said he first spoke with Zach, who was very emotional, while EMS professionals were working on Hayden. The report goes on to say Bryan did not become visibly emotional until EMS declared Hayden dead. Bryan showed police a bag of medication that Hayden was taking when she passed, the report added. Bryan, the responding officer, said he was wearing a body camera throughout the emergency response. The video recorded on the camera has yet to be publicly released, so that's all the information that we do have right now. The Greenville County Coroner's Office has said the cause of death is pending further investigation. In a statement, officers said that an autopsy was completed Monday and that no signs of trauma were discovered that would have contributed to the death. So they're trying to say no type of physical trauma, as in I don't think her having any type of beat up or scuffle was on her. So they're trying to figure out, did she have any type of drug in her system? Did she mix pills with alcohol? Did she just down pills? What was the cause of the cardiac arrest? So that's what they're going to be trying to figure out. Again, I want to like to say rest in peace to Hayden Panettiere. This caught me by surprise because Sunday again, I record my episodes, I throw it out there. Sunday it happens, and this popped up, and I was like, huh, that's weird. She passed away, age of 36. She's 6 years older than me. She Once the news start going and doing their whole tribute videos, they pull up all the videos of her being a young kid, being a young actress, literally from being a small child to her being a teenager to an adult. I mean, they essentially have her life story in front of your face as the progression of her life. And the only thing I can think of is in that era, like, because she's, what, 6 years older than me, so she was born in 1990. She worked around Hollywood in the 90s, early 2000s. I'm pretty sure she saw a couple things. I'm pretty sure she saw a couple things. It was around a couple people doing things that were not things you will want to be doing or things you should be doing. And people get hooked onto certain things. Now, I do know that she did write a book very, very recently, actually. She was just doing a press tour of it, I want to say earlier this year. And I believe in the book, she talked about she had an addiction, how she had to sign away custody of her daughter to her ex-husband. And in that book, because again, there was an excerpt of it that they played talking about how she was emotional signing her daughter away to her ex-husband, because no mother ever wants to be separated from her daughter, but again, she was battling addiction at the time. But it just makes me think, was she battling addiction here? Was that a reason why she passed away? Again, just one of those things that I think whenever people work at a young age in Hollywood, you have to keep a closer eyes set on them. Because also in that, press run that she was on, I remember TMZ covering something she talked about on somebody's podcast, because I don't remember it right now. She talked about how, I believe she was 18, a person that she trusted left her or brought her into her room, and it was a high profile, like, executive, and I believe the executive tried to sleep with Hayden, and I'm not certain if she did or didn't. Again, I don't remember the excerpt of that. But again, when you're young and you're around Hollywood and you're in that space, there's going to be creeps. There's going to be people that you deem trustworthy that are going to put you in certain situations or try to peer pressure you to do certain things. And certain people take the bait, certain people do not, and it scars you. For certain people, it leaves them with a lasting scar. Some people leaves them with a quick scar, but it does leave a scar. And I just think that this might have been the case for Hayden. Hayden, I'm not certain. I'm not trying to say anything ill towards the recently passed, but she could have fell back into addiction here. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that whenever the cause of death does come back that contributed to the heart attack, we will see that it's not any type of pills or anything like that, but I have a strong feeling that it might be. That's just my personal opinion. But again, I don't want that to be the case here. I am sad that she did pass away at 36. I think that is, again, in the world of life, still young to be passing away. And I feel sad for her daughter. Daughter won't have her mom to see her go off and become a woman in the world. I do feel sad for her there. So again, rest in peace to Hayden Panettiere, and also rest in peace to, I want to get the man's name right, Frank Beard as well. So those are the two condolences that we have here. And again, when more information about Hayden's passing does come about, I will talk about it here. And also just looking at her credits that she did in Hollywood. I didn't know she was in Remember the Titans. I do know that was a movie that my family had on DVD at the time. I did not know she was the voice of Dot in Bug's Life. That's like one of my favorite movies of like animated ever, Bug's Life. I know she was in Scream 4, Scream 6. I know she did Bring It On. The Nashville and Hero stuff I never saw, but people put her in the claim for that. But she's has a litany of things, man, that I'm hoping that her daughter will get, like, the residual checks. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Hayden. And also, again, when more information comes about, I'll bring it back to this broadcast and talk about it. Moving on for that, still moving into condolences. There was a shooting that happened this past Saturday in Kentucky. A shooting happened at a Kentucky park on Saturday, killed one person, injuring four other people. Lexington police officers responded just before 7 p.m. to a report of shots fired and found 5 victims, according to a department statement. One person was declared dead at the hospital, while the other 4 were believed to have non-life-threatening injuries, police said. Local news outlets reported that Police Chief Lawrence Weathers said 2 children, ages 4 and 14, were among those shot in the park. Weathers declined to share any information about a suspect, but told reporters he did not believe there was an ongoing threat to the public. And they are putting out a call to action, saying if anyone knows anything, let the police know, call them about it, because at least at the time of this recording right now, they do not have a suspect in custody. So again, if you're in the Kentucky area, knowing about this park shooting, I would say give up the suspect, because it doesn't make any sense why, again, someone would do a shooting at a park. That is public domain. That is where children play. It's a park. Why be stupid and have a shooting there? I don't get it. That's dumb. I put that on the list of places where you're not supposed to be doing a shooting at. Again, I don't think you're supposed to be doing a shooting at a bar. I don't think you're supposed to do a shooting at a parade. I don't think you're supposed to be doing a shooting at, now you add onto that list, a park. You don't do any shooting where there is a cavalcade of people. I would say that is a general place where anyone can walk through, but it's more designed for children. You don't do a shooting there. You don't. But again, people are stupid and they'll do it. I don't like it. I'm hoping they do find someone and they do arrest him or her, whoever it is. But that's an incident that happened this weekend. Another incident happened this weekend in Virginia, and it was at Virginia State University. There was a shooting that happened there. They did arrest a 19-year-old that they are suspecting was the person that did the shooting. Associated Press would write up about it, saying police arrested a 19-year-old found hiding inside a dormitory closet at Virginia State University on Saturday, in connection with an overnight shooting on campus that left 5 people wounded, including one with critical injuries. Cameron Harris of Virginia is not a student on campus, nor were 4 of the people injured. Police said in a statement they range in age, the individuals that were injured, from 17 to 23. One of the injured, a 20-year-old, is a student and has now been released from the hospital, authorities said. The victims' names have not been released. Authorities have not given no information about a positive motive. Police obtained 8 felony warrants for Harris, including for malicious wounding and the use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. It wasn't immediately clear if he had an attorney who could speak on his behalf. Efforts to reach Harris' family by phone were unsuccessful. So that's what we have now for this. Again, schools, I add onto that list too. I think that should be without being said. I think that's one of those places again, you shouldn't have to go and say, don't shoot up a school. That's should be common knowledge. Whether school, university, that's still a place for education. That's not a place where people want to go to get shot at. It's not. And I am glad that they did have someone in custody, and I'm hoping, again, this is the right person. If it is, I just want to know what the motive would be. Why would you want to shoot someone? Especially if you're not a student on that campus. If you're not a student, screw that. You're not a student that belongs at this university. Why go there and do a shooting? Were you a former student? Were you trying to apply and you got turned down? Like, something. I'm hoping that they do give a motive, get a motive out of this guy, and we at least can get some type of understanding. I'm glad no one did die. I know they're saying one is in critical injury, but I'm hoping that the person in critical injury or in a critical situation will come out of it and nothing truly bad happens to that person in a critical condition. That's what I'm hoping for. So for right now, that's all the information that I do have on these 2 shooting incidences that happened this past weekend. So with that, when more information comes back, I'll bring it back to this broadcast and talk about it. So now moving on for that, I do want to talk a little bit about the hurricane that happened in Hawaii this past weekend. Hurricane Lala happened in Hawaii, destroyed more than 100 homes, and only had 1 casualty as it was reported. I want to say this, only 1 casualty from the hurricane. I want to say that's good. That's really good compared to whenever you read about hurricanes or read about any other type of natural disaster that happens. There's always mad casualties, like in the double digits or even 3-figure digits. This is only 1 person that passed away. That's good. But it has been said that numerous buildings, there's been roads that were flooded, trees that have been knocked down. People don't have electricity right now in certain parts in Hawaii. So I am hoping that people will get that fixed up. I'm hoping that people that lost their homes will have, or not gonna say will, I hope they have a shelter in Hawaii that those people are in right now, as again, homes are destroyed, certain homes are completely just kaput, while certain homes are just destroyed where they just got to rebuild on it. But I'm hoping that the people that are in these shelters, they're safe. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that the roads that are flooded right now, nature takes its course, or either you get people out there trying to take some type of suction to get the water off the roads again. I don't know, my G. I'm hoping just for a better outturn. Because I'm going to say this. Again, I'm just looking at just the devastation and the death. 1 death, not bad. That's great. Really great. Losing homes is going to suck, and it does suck because, again, you put a lot of time into your home. Either you just bought a home, or either you inherited a home, or whatever the case may be, or either you're paying on a mortgage for said home. You don't have a home, bro. You don't have a home because now it's been destroyed, or you still have your home, but now you got to put mad money into it because of the hurricane that caused just devastation to it. I am hoping that these individuals that either lost home or got to repair homes are well aware of what the case is, and I'm hoping that they, at least as of right now, are in a shelter. They have home, they have food, they have water, they have all of their people around them, and I'm hoping that they have people on that island that they can go to and at least stay with. And if they're the people that have the home still standing and they just got to repair it up, I'm hoping that that community will help out that family or those families and help them rebuild back their homes. And for the people that lost said homes, I'm hoping that the community will help that family or those families in tearing down the home, rebuilding a home, or starting up a fundraiser, starting up a GoFundMe for that family. Because I don't hear much bad stuff coming out of Hawaii. Whenever I think of Hawaii, I think of people, again, the media plays it up so well, of Hawaii being a place of, again, just camaraderie, family, community that loves one another. And this is about the time for you guys to need that. If anything, now more than ever, I'm hoping that the community does show up for one another and put their arm around each other and really just show love and give it off. That's what I'm hoping for the people in Hawaii. But that's all I have for that right now. So again, show my love, thoughts, condolences to the people. Well, not condolences. Well, condolences to that family that lost that one individual, but just love and thoughts and prayers to the people in Hawaii for, again, losing homes or just having your homes being damaged. And I'm hoping that the communities are there to help you guys out. Really, I really do. And I'm hoping that other nations do too. Send in food, send in clothing, send in anything that you can to help out the people in Hawaii. That's what I am hoping for. Next thing I want to talk about, Penn State University There was a drug ring operation that went down at Penn State University. NBC News would cover this, saying that more than a dozen Penn State University students are accused of packaging and selling cocaine as part of a multi-state drug operation. Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday made the announcement during a news conference on Monday at the state's college. According to Sunday, between 2023 and 2024, large amounts of cocaine were transported from Pennsylvania and New York to State College, Pennsylvania. The drugs were cut, packaged, and sold primarily to Penn State students, investigators would say. The two leaders of the operations are named Gastino Abbatilio and Thomas Robinson. Investigators say Abbatilio and Robinson were senior members of the off-campus fraternities Sigma Chi and Delta Upsilon, respectively. Sunday said the drugs were primarily packaged at the fraternity houses by both fraternity brothers and pledges. He also said some of the pledges cut and bagged cocaine as part of the initiation. He will make clear that we did not hear any other drug packaging happening on Penn State's campus. Again, the packaging happened at off-campus fraternity houses, and the actual drug dealing were largely from friend to friend, fraternity brother to fraternity brother, acquaintance to acquaintance, and at fraternity houses and or during parties or social engagements. In all, 14 people were charged in the drug operation, with all but one being Penn State students, according to Sunday. Abbatilio, Robinson, and two other students identified as Muhammad Harabi and Lars Zipvant were charged with felony, corrupt organizations, conspiracy, dealing in proceeds of unlawful activity, and other related offenses. A fifth student, Robert Zanola, was charged with felony, conspiracy, criminal use of communication facility, and other related misdemeanor. 8 other students were charged with misdemeanor counts of drug possession and paraphernalia. The lone non-Penn State student who was charged was identified as Paul Robinson, the father of Thomas Robinson. According to investigators, Paul Robinson, 59, is accused of concealing evidence by stashing drugs and cash in the safe. He is also accused of obstructing the investigation. Sunday said the charges against the 14 suspects were filed on Monday, and all the suspects were arraigned on Monday except for the other ringleader, Abbatilio. A warrant was issued for his arrest, and an update on this, Abbatilio did surrender himself. He was there Tuesday, and they booked him, and he has no bail, so he's inside the system as of right now. So that's all that we have right here. I ain't gonna hold you. A cocaine ring happening around the time period of 2023 to 2024, and it was transported from Pennsylvania and New York to, again, Penn State. I'm not going to say I'm surprised by this, because again, TVs and movies, they show you all this stuff happening. And again, college students, again, they're some of the most experimental people out there in the world, because again, they're moving away from their parents. They're now on their own. They have free will to do anything that they want. So them partaking in some paraphernalia, some drugs, again, it goes back to what I said a little bit about Hayden Panettiere. I don't think you should be around certain people like that. But again, when you're around people, you're away from family, you're in certain situations, you might just partake. And for me, I would say to anybody out there, again, just your first time away from your parents, as you're starting your life as a college or university student, I would say don't do it. Do not do any type of drug. Do not do any type of paraphernalia, because you have no idea what is in that drug, first and foremost. I'm just going to be honest with you, because people lace things up and people have been dying. I know a couple years ago, because you haven't heard much about fentanyl being put into drugs and people dying from that. I know at one point, just a couple years ago, because I was constantly talking about it, how drugs were being used and fentanyl was being put into the drugs, and kids were just dying off of fentanyl. Even adults were dying off of fentanyl. Again, you haven't heard much about that recently, but that can still happen. So again, you got to be careful of that, but also just don't do it. I would say don't do it. Don't do any of those drugs, because you have no idea what it could do to your body. You have no idea what it could do to you, just in general. But for the guys that got popped, hey man, you guys took the risk. You guys know what is now. The only thing you guys could do right now is hopefully try to turn on one another. That's the only thing you got. That's the only thing you got. Whoever snitches first will get the better deal. So I would just try to say, hey, snitch, start ratting. There's no more you can do about that. That's it. Because other than that, essentially everybody's going down. But I know one person's going to try to cover their bacon. So I'll say out of the 14, 13 is going down. One person probably going to get their butt saved. And for the father, I can't really blame the father so much. The father just trying to look after their son, stash just the money and the drugs. I mean, you could have told your kid, don't do that, stay away from them. But again, parents, they'll say that. But then you got certain parents, hey, they see the cash their kids bringing in. They want to be a part of it and just try to help their kid out. And hey, it is what it is with that. So I can't really blame the father, but he got dragged in, and it is what it is with that. But when more information comes out about this, I would bring it back to this broadcast, talk about it. But yeah, I'm not too terribly shocked by this at all. I'm not really. Is there anything else? Because I'm about to be off by time. Oh yes, just want to say this one thing. I saw this report about a surrogate woman who's from Alaska. She's a surrogate for a couple in California. She gave birth to the baby in Texas, and the whole thing online was that the parents found out that there was a birth defect with the baby, something with the heart, I believe, like something like a medical condition, like the left side of the baby's heart was going to be hard to like get blood pumping to it. And from my understanding, the surrogate said that the parents wanted to have the baby being aborted. The surrogate didn't want that to happen, so that's when the surrogate went to Texas, because Texas, they don't do the whole abortion deal. They make sure of that, because again, under Trump's administration with his new reign, they kind of ex-nayed that. She had the baby there. The California parents, they now have custody of the baby. They're looking after the baby. And they put a restraining order out on the surrogate. And I do believe that the surrogate has a court date with that couple. Let me get it right. And it's supposed to be sometime in August, before August ends. Let me get it. August 25th. A hearing for the case is set to take place next Tuesday. Let me say this right now. For anybody out there, because I know they have a contract, if you are a surrogate for a couple and the couple ends up finding out that their baby that they wanted is going to have a birth defect, and they tell you that they want the baby to be aborted, abort the child. You cannot decide to say, oh, well, I'm just going to hold on to the baby, I'm going to give birth to it. Nope. You guys have a contract. You have to follow what that contract stips, period. Because you have to look out for the baby's best interest, and for that baby's best interest, at least in the eyesight of the parents, that baby was going to have a hard time in the eyesight of them, and they didn't want to deal with the financial burden and deal with the burden of taking care of a child with a heart birth defect and make it difficult for the kid. You had to abort it. And now that you gave birth, the parents are going to have to look after that kid, have surgery, give the surgery to that kid if the kid can actually have it and actually take care of it now because you gave birth. Yes, you cannot be around that kid. You can't. The kid parents are well within the right to kind of like sidestep you and give you the Heisman to kick step you back. I feel that way wholeheartedly. You broke the contract. You broke the deal. I feel no sympathy for the surrogate. I want to be completely honest with you, because you just broke the deal, bro. You were only supposed to do was just carry my package. And again, once we find out something's wrong, hey, we tell you to nix it, you gotta nix it. I feel that way wholeheartedly. I really do, because I understand there's a situation in which the surrogate can say that they want to keep the baby, because I know that's happened in certain places. I don't understand how that's able to be. Because if we have a situation set up and you're a surrogate, you have no right to that child. You don't. You only are, again, doing your part of the deal, holding that child, giving birth to that child because my spouse can't do it or my partner can't do it. Hey, we got a deal. You have no right to that. Again, that's just my thoughts on it, but that's me just talking about this really, really quick. I'll probably have more thoughts about that on my Sunday episode, but as of right now, I don't feel sympathy for the surrogate at all. I don't. The parents have a right to keep her away. So that's my feelings on that right now. Quick thoughts on that. Now, with that being said, I have hit my time. Again, I told you it was the midweek breakdown. About to be 30 minutes. This is going to be probably the time for this thing now. But yeah, I've hit my time now. So now with that, it's time for you to end the episode off with your song of the week. Song of the week for this week is Sid featuring Georgian Ward, Always Be Mine. I hope everyone enjoyed what you guys listened to today. If you guys did, I do talk more about news on my Sunday episode. That's, again, a longer version of this for about an hour. I talk about stuff in the news. I do that every Sunday. I did that in my past Sunday episode. You can listen to it titled Come On. I believe it's episode 292. Again, it's talking about Luigi Mangione, my feelings on that. But again, you can go listen to that if you haven't, or you can listen to the upcoming episode that's going to drop this upcoming Sunday. So, choice is yours. If you happen to care about or watch professional wrestling, I talk about professional wrestling on my Thursday and Saturday episodes. Thursdays, more loosey-goosey. I talk about anything in the world of professional wrestling that comes to my mind. It's called the Let's Have a Chat series. And again, I drop that every Thursday, so prepare to listen to that tomorrow if you happen to care about that. Saturday's more structure. It's me talking about anything that happened in WWE, AEW, TNA, what happened on their respective television program this week. Wrestling highlights of the week. That happens on Saturday. Be prepared to go on the lookout for that. But I believe it's everything that I promote. So again, I want everyone to enjoy the rest of their day. Be blessed. Don't be a dick. Be kind of courteous to everyone you do come across. And again, just be kind, everyone. Bye-bye now.
I've been chasing these demons for months, just to get some kind of rush. I know secrets, I'll never give up. Say that I do it for love. Hope these battles, they don't make a fuss. I hope that they don't ruin us. No, you said you can handle the rough. Just don't leave when the going gets tough. I'm just feeling good right now, feeling better than I should right now. I don't wanna think right now, rather grab another drink right now. Could you think right now, respectfully right now? I'm doing me right now, don't leave my side. Don't you go drawing the line. Tell me you'll always be mine. Tell me you'll always be mine. I'm gonna leave your side, so don't you go drawing the line. Tell me you'll always be mine. Tell me you'll always be mine.
I can't deal when I'm lonely. Hold the mirror and it's ugly. Look through the good and bad, you still love me. Knowing it's probably best for you to judge me. Just need another drink, I can open up, babe. I can't